Happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. Today we are going to start parallel lines for class 9 standard. And all of you know parallel lines. These are two lines which are parallel to each other. And these two lines are intersected by a transversal. The intersecting line is called a transversal. And these lines or transversal can be named as line T. This is P and this is Q. These are two parallel lines intersected by a transversal. And here the angle, this is the angle formed on top of line Q on right side of transversal. This is angle 1. The same position, there is an angle on line P. This one. It is also top of line P and right side of transversal. And this is, we can name it as phi. This angle 1 and phi are called corresponding angles because they are in the same position. Same position means if we explain, this first angle is above the line Q and on the right side of the transversal T. We can write here also T for your understanding. Same as this phi is above the line P on right side of the transversal. Same as this, if you take 2, the angle 2 is below the line Q on the right side of the transversal T. Same as that. On the line P there is this angle. This is angle 6. What is the speciality of 2 and 6? Both are below the lines and both are on the right side of the transversal. Next, the same way you can take this angle 3 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 8. So we can write these are the corresponding angles. Here, if lines are parallel, this is we are studying about parallel lines. If lines are parallel, the pair of corresponding angles, formed are equal. If lines are parallel, the corresponding angles pairs are equal. That means 1 and 5 are equal. Pair of corresponding angles are equal. Angle 2 and angle 6 are equal. 3 and 7 are equal. 4 and 8 are equal. This is an axiom. It is called a corresponding angle axiom. Corresponding angle axiom. So all of you should know what is an axiom or what is the importance of an axiom. Every new concept is introduced with the help of an axiom. Axiom is a truth which is accepted without any proof. This statement is an axiom which is accepted without any proof statement. And its converse is there. This is called a corresponding angle axiom. Second is, if a pair of corresponding angles on two lines are equal, then the lines are parallel. This is called converse of the previous or converse of corresponding angle axiom. Whatever statement is here, its converse is this statement. Okay, let's revise once again. What is this corresponding angle axiom and what is its converse? Corresponding angle axiom says the beginning itself the lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, then pair of corresponding angles are equal. Its converse says the lines are not given as parallels. If you are able to say any pair of corresponding angles are equal, then we can say the lines are parallel. Okay. Yes. Next we move to a theorem. Three theorems are there related to this. First we will discuss on the theorem. Alternate interior angle theorem. Yes, these all theorems are related to parallel lines. What is alternate interior angle theorem? That I will explain later. First let's move to two lines which are parallel. They are intersected by a transversal. This is a transversal T. This is P. This is Q. You can take this word interior. The angle should be interior and also alternate. Alternate means don't take the neighbor. Leaving one, you have to take the next one. Suppose this interior is taken. You know, if you take the next one, they have a name. 1 and 2 makes a linear pair. So 2 is forming 1 with linear pair. So there is no need to take 1 and 2. And if you take this angle, suppose it is 3, then 1 and 2 are neighbors. Neighbors are used the word consecutive angles. But they are not consecutive. The word is alternate. We have to leave one and then take. Don't take the consecutive ones. 1 and there should be interior also. 1 and this one. Let it be 2. These two form one pair of alternate interior angles. And you may think, why can't we take this one as alternate interior? But there this word is not satisfied because there should be interior. If you take 2, 2 is below this line or not in between the lines. They are coming outside the line. So this 2 is not to be taken here. 2 is to be taken here. Then we can say this 1 and 2 are forming one pair of alternate interior angles. Like that, one more pair is here. This 3 and this 4. They are alternate interior angles. For better understanding, we can compare it with the shape Z. If it forms the shape of Z, they are alternate interior angles. Not only Z, its reflection is also working. This is also alternate interior angles. Or if the lines are parallel like this and the transversal is drawn like this, then it forms this shape. Or we can say this is forming this shape. Okay, these all are rotations of Z. Or you can take this way also. So if Z shape and its rotations and reflections comes, they are alternate interior angles. But what is our purpose here is, there is a theorem related to this. There are two parallel lines. They are intersected by a transversal T. This is P, this is Q. Then we have to prove that if lines are given parallel, we have to prove their alternate interior angles are equal. So first we will prove one pair of alternate interior angles are equal. So we will state the theorem. If two lines If two lines are parallel and intersected by a transversal, this theorem states that P and Q are two parallel lines and this is the transversal. Then the pair of alternate interior angles formed are equal. We are taking one pair of alternate interior angles. I will state the theorem. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then pair of alternate interior angles are equal. This we have to prove because it is a theorem. It is not like an axiom. Every theorem needs to be proved. Yes? So, we have to prove this 1 and 2 equal. So, every theorem we prove with the help of whatever we learned before this. Before this theorem in this chapter about parallel lines, we studied one axiom. One axiom we already studied. That is, if lines are parallel, that corresponding angle axiom is. This corresponding angle axiom says if two lines are parallel, their corresponding angles are equal. Their corresponding angles are equal if lines are parallel. And before that we studied many theorems and axioms like vertically opposite angle theorem, and before that we studied one axiom, linear pair axiom. So these are the axioms and theorems we discussed beforehand this theorem. So those theorems and axioms we can use here. Here the lines are parallel. If lines are parallel, always the parallel property goes to an axiom. We won't directly go to a theorem. Always we are starting from parallel and goes to an axiom. Only one axiom we studied about parallel lines, that is the corresponding angle axiom. Corresponding angle axiom. So we have to take the help of this corresponding angle axiom, then only we can prove this 1 and 2 are equal. For that, we have to take either a corresponding angle of 1 on the other line or 2's corresponding angle on the first line. Any one you can take. I am taking this 2's corresponding angle on the other line. Let it be 3. Angle 3. We know, according to corresponding angle axiom, if lines are parallel, the corresponding angles are equal. So we can write angle 2 is equal to angle 3 because of this axiom. Corresponding angle axiom. Actually what is our purpose is to prove 1 and 2 equal. But right now we are somewhere. This 3 is a connector actually. Actually we have to connect 1 and 2 and take the help of this connector 3. 3 is connected to 2 in the form of corresponding angles. And as the lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal, this axiom states. And how this 3? Actually we have to connect 1 and 2. Now 2 is connected to 3. In any way this 1 is connected to 3. Yes, we all know that. This theorem we can use. Vertically opposite angle theorem. All of you know it. So we can write angle 1 also equal to angle 3 because of vertically opposite angle theorem. So from here we know 1 is also connected to 3 in the equal form. 2 is connected to 3, that is also in the equal way. So we can say both 1 and 2 are equal to 3, therefore 1 is equal to 2. In the same way, we can take the other pair of alternate angles. Suppose it is x and this is y. Follow the same steps what we have done for 1 and 2. Take a connector of either x or y take a corresponding angle of x or corresponding angle of y, anywhere you can take and prove the same way x is also equal to y. Okay, this is alternate interior angle theorem. Okay, the next theorem is converse of alternate interior angle theorem. This is also a theorem. What this states is that there are two lines. It is not mentioned the lines are parallel. There are two lines, L and M. They are intersected by a transversal in such a way that their one pair of alternate angles are equal. With the help of this alternate interior angles equal property, you have to prove the lines are parallel. Right now the lines are not parallel. From this property of alternate interior angles equal, you have to prove the lines are parallel. The statement of this theorem is, if two lines, take care, here it is not mentioned the lines are parallel. Two lines are intersected by a transversal such that a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. So it is given in this question that these alternate angles or alternate interior angles are equal. It is given in the question. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Okay, before going to the proof, we have to go somewhere. When two lines will be parallel? Either the question should state that the lines are parallel, or there is another method also. One is the question should state the given lines are parallel. Second thing connected to is, if a pair of corresponding angles are equal. If a pair of corresponding angles are equal, then the lines will be parallel. Because this is an axiom. This axiom has no proof. This axiom is called converse of corresponding angle axiom. So either the question should state the lines are parallel, or it should state, or we have to reach up to this level that a pair of corresponding angles are equal. So we will try to reach this statement. For reaching this statement, we take the help of either one's corresponding angle or two's corresponding angle. We are given that already 1 and 2 are equal. I am taking the corresponding angle of 2 here, 3. Right now 2 and 3 have no connection. Even if they are corresponding angles, they are not right now equal because the lines are not given parallel. We have to reach there. So we cannot connect 2 and 3 right now because the lines are not given as parallel. But 1 and 3 has a connection. What is the connection between 1 and 3? They are vertically opposite angles. So we can write, we know this angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because of vertically opposite angles. And from this, angle 1 is equal to 3 because of vertically opposite angles. 1 is equal to 2, it is given in the question. So by connecting this 1 is a connector for both 2 and 3. Both 2 and 3 are equally connected to 1. So we can connect the other two also. Therefore we can write angle 2 and angle 3 are equal. After reaching this statement, 2 and 3, we know they are corresponding. That's why we took them. And right now we proved they are equal also. If a pair of corresponding angles are equal, according to converse of corresponding angle axiom, we can state that L is parallel to L. These 2 and 3 are corresponding angles on lines L and M, N and M, and equal also. Therefore, we can write L is parallel to M because of this theorem, because of converse of corresponding angle axiom. Yes, the next theorem is co-interior angle theorem. Before we go to this theorem, we should explain what is co-interior angles. Co stands for consecutive interior angle. Consecutive interior angles. These are two parallel lines, L and M. They are intersected by a transversal T. Then the angle 1 and 2, we already named them. We know it. 1 and 2 form a linear pair. So it will not be this, because once it is named a pair, second time we will not name by other name. So 1 and if this is 2, this is also we named them. They are alternate interior. This angle should be also interior but consecutive. This 1 and 2 are also consecutive. Consecutive means very near or continuous, but they form linear pair. So this 1 and 2 is forming co-interior angles. Or we can say this is one pair of co-interior angles. Other pair of co-interior is 3 and 4. This form one pair of co-interior. This is forming another pair of co-interior. For remembering, we can name this shape C shape, or its reflection, or if lines are parallel like this, then this form, or its down form. So C only, this C and its reflection, its rotations and all. So they are the co-interior angles. And they are also named as interior angles on the same side of transversal. This is the transversal, on its same side two interior angles. This is transversal, on the same side of this transversal, in between the lines, this 1 and 2 are. So this 1 and 2 are called co-interior angles as well. Another name is they are interior angles on the same side of transversal. Here also on the same side of the transversal interior angles. They are 3 and 4. What this theorem states is that if two parallel lines, here it is parallel. Every theorem it starts with parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the pair of co-interior angles are supplementary. What is the meaning of supplementary? Their sum is 180. Here it is not equal. These are two lines L and M intersected by a transversal T. You have to put arrow mark to show that they are lines. Line segment also the same rule is there, but our theorems always says about lines. And these are the two co-interior angles. The same way the other two also we can prove, so only one is enough. 1 and 2 we have to prove they are supplementary. That means our target is to prove angle 1 plus 2 should be 180. There we have to reach. With the help of the lines parallel, we know whenever the lines are parallel, it is always the parallel lines property is connected to axiom. From axiom only we will go to the theorem. Every time we should understand. The lines are parallel, should go to an axiom. Only one axiom is mentioned in this chapter regarding parallel lines, that is corresponding angle axiom. So, whenever the lines are given parallel, we should use this axiom. 1 and 2 are co-interior. Either you take one's corresponding, angle 1's corresponding is here. If you don't like this corresponding, you can take 2's corresponding on the other line. Let it be 3. We know, here in this question the lines are given as parallel, so we can say these two angles are equal. 1, 2 and 3 are equal. We know angle 2 is equal to angle 3 because of corresponding angle axiom. This axiom we can use only if the lines are given parallel. In this question already the lines are parallel. So 2 is equal to 3. But our target is 1 plus 2 is equal to 180. These are 1 and 2. Okay. In this chapter already we have studied many pairs of angles. In which pair of angles we have seen their sum is 180. We have studied vertically opposite angles. Their vertically opposite angles are like this. Opposite angles are equal. And then we studied corresponding. They are also equal, we studied. Just previous to this lesson we studied alternate. There also angles are equal. Pairs of angles are equal. But in one place we already studied the pair of angles from 180 degree when they are added up. That is in linear pair. You all know it, linear pair. Here also you can see a linear pair in this diagram. 1 and 3 make a linear pair. We know it from this diagram, it is clear. So we know another property. This whole property we know. Angle 1 plus 3 is equal to 180. This is linear pair. In the place of this 3 is equivalent to 2. So in place of 3 we can write 2 is equal to 180. So co-interior angles sum is 180 with the help of linear pair, because linear pair is the only property we studied before this having the sum 180. Yeah, the next theorem is converse of co-interior angle theorem. This converse states that if two lines, be careful, it is not mentioned the lines are parallel. Two lines are intersected by a transversal such that a pair of co-interior angles is supplementary, then the pair of angles, pair of lines is parallel. This you have to prove. Here, two lines P and Q, they are intersected by a transversal T such that according to the question, there a pair of co-interior angles is supplemented. You can take any pair of co-interior angles, either this way, on the left side of the transversal in between the lines, or you can take on the right side. I am taking on the right side. You can take any side, 1 and 2. It is given angle 1 plus 2 is equal to 180. With the help of this, we have to prove line P is parallel to line Q. If you want to prove two lines parallel, right now they are not parallel. If you want to prove parallel, the precondition for proving two lines parallel is a pair of corresponding angles should be equal. You have to prove a pair of corresponding angles should be equal, then only the lines will be parallel. For proving this condition, we take the help of any corresponding angle of either 1 or 2. I am taking 2's corresponding angle here. This is 3. Right now 2 and 3 have no connection because the lines are not parallel. Finally, we have to make a connection between 2 and 3. Then only the lines will be parallel. Right now they have no connection, but this 1 has a connection with this 3. You all know 1 and 3 are forming a linear pair. So we can write, we know angle 1 plus 3 is equal to 180 because of linear pair. And we got two results. One is from linear pair, this is 180. And it is already given 1 plus 2, 1 and 2 are two co-interior angles, their sum is given as 180. So we can write, both are having the same answer. So we can write angle 1 plus angle 2 is same as angle 1 plus angle 3. From both sides we can cut angle 1 and angle 1 because they are equal. Therefore we can write angle 2 is equal to angle 3. These 2 and 3, we know they are corresponding angles. Just now we proved their measures are also equal. And we know this is the precondition to prove two lines are parallel. A pair of corresponding angles should be equal. Here we took the corresponding angles. At that time they were not equal. But using the linear pair property and the given concept of sum is 180, we reached corresponding angles are equal. That is, corresponding angles are equal. As the corresponding angles are equal, therefore we can write P is parallel to Q. Now I would like to connect all these three concepts: corresponding angles, alternate angles, and co-interior angles. See, these are two lines P and Q. They are intersected by the transversal T. And you know, angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding angles. And if you take here 3 and 2 are co-interior angles. And if you take here this 4 and 2 are alternate angles. Now I will connect all these. If two lines are parallel, it is directly connected to corresponding angles are equal. That means here corresponding angles are 1 and 2. So we can write angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Here we used corresponding angle axiom. From this corresponding angle, we are going to two directions. One is alternate angles. 2 and 4 are equal. How 2 and 4 are equal? Actually, 2 is equal to 1 and this 1 is equal to 4. And we are reaching alternate interior angles with the help of vertically opposite angles. You can see here 2 is equal to 1 and that 1 is equal to 4. Now we are going to prove co-interior angles. How co-interior is making the relationship. We know 2 plus 3 is 180. This is co-interior angle theorem. This is the theorem. To reach this theorem, we are taking the help of corresponding. Everywhere we have to take the help of corresponding. 2 and 1 are equal because of corresponding. And this 1 and 3 make a linear pair. And in the place of this 1, we can write 2, like that 2 plus 3 is 180. Here we take the help of linear pair. Like that, if it's converse, whenever we use the converse, suppose co-interior angle is given as 180, then we have to prove the lines are parallel. Then we write 2 plus 3 is 180. 3 plus 1 is also 180 because of linear pair. Here we can write in bracket if you want. 3 plus 1 is 180. And we know these two results are equal. So we write 3 plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 3. 3 cancel and we get 2 is equal to 1. We are going back to corresponding angles equal. Then we come back and prove P is parallel to Q. Here we use converse of corresponding angle X. The same way, if it is given alternates are equal, suppose this is given 2 is equal to 4, but 4 is also equal to 1, that is the vertically opposite angles. Angle 4 is equal to angle 1. So 2 is also equal to 4, 4 is also equal to 4. So we can cancel out 4 from both of them. So we will get 1 is equal to 2. This 1 and 2 are corresponding angles. Once we reach corresponding angles are equal, we can go back and prove that P is parallel to Q. This is the summary of what we have learned in corresponding angle axiom, converse of corresponding angle axiom, co-interior angle theorem, its converse, alternate interior angle theorem, and its converse. It goes like this. So, this is the summary.